Have you ever been snowed under at work or in school? Do you tend to bundle up before going outside on a cold day? Have you needed to scrape off the ice from your car windshield recently? Today, we're going to warm up your English with some winter phrasal verbs.
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. And this is Happy English Podcast, episode 782, Winter Phrasal Verbs. Yup, winter phrasal verbs. I have a bunch of these that I'd like to share with you. Let's start off with a little story. It snowed hard last night, and when I opened the curtains, the windows were frozen over. It seemed like I was snowed in. But because I'm so snowed under at work, I had to make it to my office somehow. So I decided to bundle up and head outside to start shoveling out my driveway. The wind started to pick up as I was doing that. Then came my car. I had to work hard to scrape off the snow from the windshield. That's when I realized that the car windows were iced over. Once the car was clean, I started the engine to warm up the car, and then I drove to work. By the time I got there, the wind had died down and the sun came out. That was a nice little story, wasn't it? All right, let's start off with two similar phrasal verbs, freeze over and ice over. We use freeze over when we talk about the surface of something, like a lake or a road becoming completely covered with ice. Like the lake is frozen over and people are skating on it. Now that's a winter scene. Or the bird bath in Emily's backyard froze over after the storm. I don't think the birds are going to like that one. We also use ice over to emphasize that something becomes covered with a thin layer of ice. When I woke up in the morning, the windshield of my car was totally iced over, and the sidewalks iced over during the night, so they're very slippery. Next up, where there's ice in the winter, there's probably going to be snow, and that brings us to snowed in and snowed under. While being snowed in and being snowed under can cause a lot of problems, only one of them actually has to do with snow itself, and that's snowed in. When you are snowed in, you're unable to leave a place because of heavy snow. Like when Tom went skiing, he got snowed in at his cabin during the blizzard. My aunt lives in the countryside, so she always stocks up on food just in case they get snowed in. So, snowed in means there's just too much snow to be able to go anywhere. But snowed under actually doesn't have anything to do with snow itself. Snowed under means to be overwhelmed because you have too much to do, like too much work, too much homework, or too many responsibilities. Like Scott is an accountant and it's tax season, so he is totally snowed under with work. It seems like my sister has a lot of parties coming up, so she's snowed under with all of those holiday preparations. Speaking of snow, when it does snow, you're going to probably need to shovel out your driveway and scrape off the ice from your car. Shovel out and scrape off. Shovel out means to remove snow from an area, like a driveway or a sidewalk, using a shovel. My neighbor, Fred, shoveled out his driveway so he could leave for work. I remember that snowstorm. It took hours to shovel out the sidewalks that day. And next up we have scrape off, which means to remove ice or snow from a surface, like a car window. It seems like just about every morning I have to scrape off the ice from the windshield of my car. And this morning, when I got to the stop sign at the end of my block, there was a guy right there in the middle of the road scraping off the ice from his windshield. And one thing you definitely need to do on a cold day is to bundle up. When you bundle up, you dress warmly with layers of clothing to stay warm. Like, when I walk the dogs, not only do I bundle up, but I bundle up my dogs in their little doggy winter coats. I mean, if you don't bundle up, you're going to end up catching a cold. And finally for today, let's talk about what happens during winter storms. We use pick up and die down when we talk about winter weather, like wind and snow. When the weather gets stronger, we say that it picks up. Like this morning, the wind started to pick up just before the snowstorm. And it was snowing lightly when I left the house in the morning, but it picked up in the afternoon. The opposite of pick up is die down. When something like wind or a storm becomes less intense, we say that it dies down. Usually when it snows, I wait inside until the storm dies down before going out. It's been really windy today. I hope the wind dies down soon. I hope this English lesson didn't make you too snowed under with phrasal verbs. Keep in mind, the best way to remember vocabulary like this and any other word or phrase in English is to take that word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. Did you know you can get more practice using your English when you join my Podcast Learners Study Group? There, you can make new friends. Join us for live group lessons every week where we practice these podcast lessons together. Plus, you get access to the PDF transcript and audio download for every Happy English podcast in the past and in the future. And on top of that, each episode has exercises where you can practice this English point with speaking and writing checked by me. To learn more, just visit myhappyenglish.com and choose Podcast Lesson 782. Remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.